Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village Episode 2 review. So for this episode, we pick up after Tanjiro runs into Tokito as well as Kotetsu, right? So these guys are seemingly engaged in some kind of a dispute or an argument. So Tanjiro thinks to himself, should I actually intervene? As an outsider like Tanjiro, it looks like there's even a third man, right? That we actually find out that it's a mechanical doll designed after a Hashira. So Tanjiro decides to actually intervene because it looked like Tokito was actually gonna kill Kotetsu, if I'm honest with you. And they're having a conversation about a set key. So firstly, when I thought about it, I was like, what key is this? What is this key all about? I thought maybe it's a key to like a secret location where they're going to find the weapon that Tanjiro was supposed to use, but it's actually a key to activate or use mechanical doll, right? My boy Tanjiro jumps in, and I mean, Tokito makes quick work of Tanjiro. You know, hits him in the gut. He even tells him that he's actually weak. He doesn't know how he managed to join the Demon Slayer Corps. Tokito just reminds me of some anime character. I just can't put my finger on it. Like some anime character that's just cold, cruel, doesn't give two fucks. Obviously has a superiority complex because he's a prodigy, which is what we find out as the episode progresses. And then he actually noticed Nezuko, right, to say that I sense the presence of a demon. And Tanjiro manages to take away Kotetsu from Tokito, which was quite impressive because from the scene or the way it was depicted, it shows that Tanjiro is actually fast. He might lack the strength, but he definitely makes up for it in speed, which was quite interesting given that Tokito is a Hashira and, you know, a very powerful one. But Tanjiro managed to snatch that boy without him even noticing. All these dudes are engaged in an argument. Tokito actually makes a good point that I partly agree with, which is that they're wasting time with this back and forth while he's trying to get this key, because his life as a Hashira is worth more than an actual swordsmith, you know, because they are the ones that are actually on the battlefield, you know, saving lives, etc. And while there is some truth to that, it's partly true because the swords that these guys use also play like a vital role in it. So making sure or the importance of a great swordsmith is actually important, right? It's like having good soldiers in the field. While commendable, how good the actual technology is, like the guns they use, the tactical equipment, etc., is just as important. So it's something that I thought, yeah, I agree half-half. And Tanjiro even shares the same sentiment, right? To say that while what you're saying might be mostly true, swordsmen and the Hashira need to work together in order for them to actually take down, you know, all the demons and Muzan. To end the scuffle, my boy Tokito knocks Tanjiro out. Knocks him out like it's nothing. I mean, Tanjiro, it was actually embarrassing the way this dude was just beating up Tanjiro. So as soon as Tanjiro wakes up, we get a realization that yes, the key that Tokito is looking for, it is for the mechanical doll, and that's modeled after the swordsman that Tanjiro was dreaming about, right? I wonder who this guy is. Quite a very key figure. And when I look at him, for some reason, he just reminds me of Upper Demon number 1. The resemblance is just striking, you know. And I also think about the words that he said the words that were said when Tanjiro was dreaming, which is that he has failed to protect everything that he ever cared about. I wonder if he just abandoned being a Hashira and just gave into being like a demon instead. And then this dude was so good as a swordman that they actually had to make the mechanical doll have 6 hands in order to duplicate his swords fighting style. So fighting this guy's swordsman skill was like fighting somebody with 6 swords. That's insane, right? And we also get a reveal that Tokito is actually around Tanjiro's age, and this dude is already a Hashira. That's quite an impressive feat if you think about it. That time I'm thinking Tanjiro himself is a prodigy, you know, just the way he's been written in the story, being able to use the sun breathing technique as well as, you know, the water breathing technique. But nope, there's actually somebody who's actually elevated and joined the Hashira. And to think of it, didn't they say that the sun breathing technique is actually the original sword breathing technique, which I believe that all other forms are based on it, right? So this dude Tokito is actually quite powerful, bro. But for some reason I just feel like it's unnecessary. They shouldn't have done it that way. I feel like having those distinct separate sword breathing techniques like wind, water, etc. would have been quite great. Not to say that one is superior or what, right? They could have maybe just said that the sun breathing technique is more potent against the demons, right? But to say that it's more superior against the other ones, or that is the original one, sort of puts a hierarchy in place to say that the other Hashira are in some way inferior. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. If you look at how they did it in Naruto, you had water, you had fire, you had earth, etc. And they all seemed to stand on their own feet, which was cool, right? Because in a battle, you know that it's anybody's, anybody can take the W if you're strong enough. Damn, one thing that was mad funny, dude, was Tokito's scarecrow. The disrespect, the nerve of the thing. I just couldn't believe it. It even bit my boy in the cheek. It just took on the personality of Tokito, of course, because he's a protege. And I actually love the fact that Tanjiro doesn't stand for it. He actually hates his personality and he voices it, right? I mean, I don't know. Being a Hashira should come with some form of requirement to be, humble or have some humility. But yeah, just different personalities. If you're strong, you pass the test, you definitely can join the Demon Slayer Corps, because from what we're seeing in the story, they definitely need those numbers. Those demons are killing these guys left, right, and center. Look at a stand-up guy that we lost, like Rengoku. So Kotetsu and Tanjiro ran into Kotiko, right? While he just finished battling the mechanical doll, and they were quite impressive because he made quick work of that doll. Just another testament to how skillful this kid is, right? They find it beaten up with one hand cut off, and my boy immediately runs away, that it's been destroyed, and he doesn't have the skill level like his father to actually fix it. So him and Tanjiro have like a very reflective conversation. And Tanjiro informs him that yes, you might not be as good as your father, as a swordsman or as a mechanical fixer, whatever the case may be. But, you don't know what's going to happen 2-3 generations down the line. Your descendants can actually pick up where you left off. You just need to do your best. He even gives him an example that he wants to free his sister as well as, defeat Muzan, but he might not be successful in his endeavors. And it's something I appreciated because it was such a reflective thing for Tanjiro to say and be realistic, because Muzan is different, right? Think about the upper demon number 6 that they fought. It was so challenging for them to kill that guy, and they damn near didn't survive, right? So to kill somebody like Muzan, it isn't out of the realm of possibility that they might fail, but the idea is that they must continuously strive. So fortunately, after the conversation, the boys go back down and they go to the mechanical doll, and fortunately Tokito had left the key in it, and they managed to get it working with 5 hands, not the 6, right? Then the training starts. So Tanjiro takes it on. Fortunately, the training is nicely done. He starts fighting it with sticks. Then they progress to actually using swords. And during this time, Kotetsu was so funny, dude. Being so brutal to Tanjiro, as a way to actually motivate him to say that, he lacks the fundamentals. I'm not going to feed you water. I'm not going to feed you any food until you actually improve. And instead of actually rebelling, Tanjiro took the challenge. He didn't like it, but he was actually taking it on the chin and actually going and improving my boy. My boy has some form of a vision, and eventually he starts to pick up the pattern of the mechanical doll. And finally, boom, he defeats it. He cracks the skull open, and there we have a sword, right? A 300-year-old sword, which I definitely suspect that it's the weapon that everybody has been searching for. I wonder if this is going to be the sword that Tanjiro uses going forward, if they'll refine it, make it more current, and for all we know, it might have some special properties that can actually kill Muzan or the upper demons. But yeah, overall it was a chilled episode. Definitely we needed to come back from the high that was episode number 1, okay, the Infinity Castle. That's it for the review. Let me know what I could have missed about this particular episode, what you think I didn't get right. If you like the video, definitely leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I'll check you guys next time.